Genesis Unveiled, the God who speaks order into chaos in the beginning. There was only chaos. A vast, dark abyss stretched endlessly, formless and void, silent and still. Imagine a world without shape or purpose, where no light pierced the darkness, where the sea was unbounded and the sky unformed. No breath stirred the air. No sound broke the heavy silence. A universe waiting, suspended on the edge of becoming. And then, from this profound emptiness, a voice powerful and calm broke the silence. This voice would shape all that was to come, speaking reality into existence, calling forth order from the depths of disorder. Welcome to Faith and Facts, where history meets wonder, and ancient truths come alive through archaeology, ancient records, and the timeless human experience. The opening lines of Genesis plunge us into a moment of cosmic transformation, a divine act of creation unlike any other. Here, God's word wields authority and artistry, calling forth light, land, and life from the void. The story of creation unfolds as a majestic symphony, where chaos yields to order and darkness is dispelled by radiant light. The phrase in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, introduces the foundation of all reality not as random happenstance, but as intentional design. The earth was formless and void, a blank canvas of untamed potential. Described in Hebrew as tahu and bo, words evoking desolation and emptiness, a cosmic chaos that awaited divine shaping. This state of primordial chaos resonates deeply with ancient Near Eastern cultures, where creation myths frequently speak of conflict and struggle. Gods battling fierce sea monsters or chaotic forces to claim their realm. The Babylonian Enuma Elish tells of Marduk slaying the goddess Tiamat. The Egyptian Memphite theology depicts the sun god emerging from the watery abyss. Yet the Genesis narrative stands apart. It portrays creation not as a bloody contest, but as a sovereign command. God speaks, and it is so. Let there be light. Light bursts forth, piercing the darkness with brilliance, separating day from night, introducing the very rhythm of time itself. This moment is not merely physical illumination. It symbolizes the triumph of order, knowledge, and life over chaos and ignorance. With every word, God divides and defines. The waters above from the waters below, the sky from the seas, land from ocean. The creation of dry land speaks to a world emerging from watery chaos, a motif reflected across the ancient Near East. Archaeological finds in Mesopotamia reveal how early civilizations understood the earth as a solid surface surrounded and sustained by waters above the sky and below the earth. As plants begin to sprout, grasses, trees, and fruit-bearing vines, the earth blooms with life, vegetation that will sustain the creatures yet to come. Then God populates the skies with the sun, moon, and stars, luminous markers that govern seasons, days, and years. An ancient calendar written in the heavens. From the waters rise fish and sea creatures, their scales glittering beneath the waves. Birds take to the skies, filling the air with song and motion. On land, wild animals emerge, lions, deer, cattle, each according to their kind, reflecting the ordered diversity of life. At last, the narrative reaches its climax. Humanity is fashioned in God's own image. Unlike the rest of creation, human beings are not merely formed by command, but carefully crafted. A divine artist molding clay and breathing life into dust. This image of God endows humans with purpose and dignity, a calling to steward the earth, to be co-creators in a world brimming with meaning. This profound vision invites awe and reverence. It evokes the sensory richness of a world alive with color, sound, and texture, the feel of cool earth beneath bare feet, the scent of blooming flowers, the warmth of sunlight on skin, the chorus of birds at dawn. Science today reveals a cosmos remarkably ordered and finely tuned. From the precise gravitational forces holding galaxies together to the intricate balance of ecosystems, The universe speaks of design and purpose. Far from opposing modern understanding, the biblical account resonates with a deep human intuition. That existence is not accidental, but intentional. That the universe is a crafted masterpiece. Yet this story is not simply about distant origins. It shapes our understanding of identity and responsibility today. In a world often shadowed by disorder and uncertainty, the ancient narrative of God speaking order into chaos offers a powerful hope, a promise that even amid turmoil, purpose and beauty can emerge. As we navigate our own lives, we echo the first divine word. It's called to bring light to darkness, to create harmony where there is discord, to live as bearers of meaning in a fractured world. The structure of the creation story itself unfolds with poetic precision. Each day builds on the last. Light and darkness, sky and sea, land and life, culminating in humanity's unique role. This ordered progression reflects an ancient understanding of cosmos and culture, found in texts uncovered by archaeologists at Ugarit and Ebla, where creation unfolds as a purposeful unfolding rather than chaotic accident. The Genesis creation account may appear simple at first glance, but its layers of meaning have fascinated theologians, historians, and scientists for millennia. The ancient Hebrew language is rich with nuance. For example, the repeated phrase, "and God said," underscores the power of divine speech, words that create rather than merely describe. In a culture where kings ruled by proclamation, the biblical God is portrayed as the ultimate sovereign whose word establishes reality itself. This concept finds echoes in the wisdom literature of the time, where speech is a creative force. The portrayal of light before the creation of the sun and stars raises intriguing questions. Some scholars suggest this primordial light symbolizes divine presence itself, a spiritual illumination that predates physical sources. Others note parallels in ancient Egyptian and Mesopotamian traditions where light represents order and knowledge emerging from darkness and ignorance. Archaeological excavations in the Fertile Crescent continue to shed light on the world behind the biblical text. Artifacts and inscriptions reveal a complex religious landscape where the biblical author's vision stood in bold contrast to prevailing myths, filled with cosmic conflict and violence. Instead of war gods wrestling chaos monsters, here is a God who speaks, shaping and sustaining all things by will alone. This is a revolutionary idea, one that set the foundation for later monotheistic faiths. It presents a cosmos not ruled by chance or capricious deities, but governed by an intentional, loving creator. The symbolism of the seventh day, the day God rests, also carries profound significance. It institutes a rhythm of work and rest, sanctifying time itself. The Sabbath becomes a gift, a divine pause inviting humanity to reflect on the goodness of creation and their place within it. This invites us to consider how ancient ideas about time, order, and holiness still echo in our lives today. The narrative's opening also sets the stage for the rest of the biblical story. It introduces themes of chaos and order, light and darkness, blessing and responsibility. It hints at a cosmic drama where human beings are called to participate in the ongoing story of creation and restoration. This ancient text invites us not only to look back in wonder, but to step forward with purpose. Today, science and faith often seem at odds. But when approached with openness, the Genesis account can dialogue with scientific discoveries. It captures the profound mystery and majesty of origins in a poetic form that transcends the limits of human understanding. The biblical creation story, while not a scientific textbook, powerfully conveys the truth that all things began through an act of divine will. The careful ordering of life, from simplest plants to complex animals and finally humans, resonates with what biology teaches about the interdependence of species and the intricate balance of ecosystems. Yet the biblical text goes beyond biology, rooting humanity's dignity in being made in the image of God. This theological claim sets humans apart, imbuing life with sacred value and responsibility. Archaeology has also revealed ancient artworks depicting creation scenes, showing how cultures visualized origins. While many illustrate divine battles or chaotic forces subdued by gods, the Genesis account's peaceful creative word offers a unique and powerful alternative. It invites us to see the world as the work of a deliberate, loving artist rather than the result of cosmic conflict. The sensory world portrayed in Genesis invites us into deep contemplation. Imagine the first morning, the soft glow of light spilling over a dark horizon, the fresh scent of newly sprouted plants, the distant calls of animals awakening, the cool touch of water gathering into seas and rivers. These details bring creation to life, immersing us in a world that is at once mysterious and intimately familiar. This story is not just about origins, but about meaning. It calls us to recognize that life is not random, but deeply ordered and loved. It challenges us to embrace our role as caretakers, charged with preserving and nurturing this fragile world. The God who spoke order into chaos continues to speak today through the natural world, through history, and through each one of us. If you have been inspired by this exploration, please consider liking this video and subscribing to Faith and Facts, where every episode uncovers the rich layers of biblical history and archaeology. Let us carry forward the wonder of that first divine word, an invitation to live with purpose, hope, and reverence. May you walk in awe of the Creator who forms galaxies and gardens alike, the God who calls forth life with a word, the God whose voice transforms chaos into a cosmos of beauty and meaning. Please like, comment, and subscribe to continue exploring the fascinating intersection of faith, history, and fact here at Faith and Facts.